Hey, good morning. Let's do some chair yoga, huh? So it is, I think today might be the 5th, Cinco de Mayo. I think we've got one more week where things are going to be shut down for sure as far as yoga in a normal practicing situation. We'll see how it goes. But for today, let us just begin to settle in for our practice. All right, nice tall spine. Maybe you've put on some essential oils. And let's just become present. Noticing the things that you can hear. Noticing what you can smell. Noticing what you can sense or detect. Checking in with the body, making sure that there are no areas that need consideration while you use them. So we start with the feet. We come up to the ankles and we notice how those feel, how they've been moving. We check in with the lower half of the legs, being mindful of what's been going on with the calves. Taking time for the knees and thinking about how they've been feeling and how they've been moving. What about the thighs? They feel as strong as they normally do. Being mindful of what's been happening through the hips. Checking in with the area of the low back. Traveling up the spine towards the skull. Being mindful of the muscles and the tissues that support the spine. Consider the front side of the torso, your low abdomen, the area of your belly, the area of the chest. Take time to notice how your arms have been feeling. Your hands, those fingers. How have your wrists been feeling? How have your elbows been moving? What's been going on, if anything, through the area of the shoulders? Take time to notice the neck. The physical sensations of the head. Making mental note if you came across anything you need to use with caution today. We don't want to avoid using parts of the body. We just want to do as best we can. Take time to allow the face to soften and become expressionless. Releasing any worry from the area of the forehead. Releasing any tension through the temples. Unclenching the jaw. Just softening where you can. Nice big inhale in through the nose. Slow release out. Just notice how the breath feels in your body as it enters. What does it feel like when the breath leaves the body? What are 3 things that you notice about your breath? Maybe you can hear it. Maybe it moves the shoulders. Our practice in yoga is breath-based. It's all about moving the breath, moving the body in sync with it. So on your next inhale, I invite you to sit nice and tall, square the shoulders, squeeze the core. As you exhale, drop the chin slowly towards the chest. Allow it to be heavy. Maybe you notice that your hair is shuffled a little bit with the position of the head. Next exhale, chin towards the right shoulder. Looking down towards the armpit if the eyes were open. Noticing the lengthening through the left side of the body. Inhale, chin to center. As you exhale, slowly move the head towards the left shoulder. Nose is pointing downward, and we focus on what we feel on the right side of the neck. And next inhale, bring the chin back to the center of the chest, and then ever so slightly move the head side to side. Coming to neutral, lifting the head up. Squeeze the core, square the shoulders, allow the face to look up at the ceiling. Feel that lengthening occur from the tip of the chin, clear through the torso to the pubic bone. Push the shoulders back and breathe slow. Exhale, chin back to neutral. As we breathe in, check in with the posture. As you exhale, turn the neck so that the head would be looking over the right. Now I want you to open the eyes. I want you to look behind you as far as you can. Notice what you can see. Look up and behind you. Back to neutral with the eyes, and then down and behind you. Back to neutral. Close the eyes, bring the head back. As you exhale, next time, turning the neck so that you'd be looking over the right, over the left. Sorry about that. And same thing, we're gonna open the eyes. We're gonna look behind us as far as you can. Keep the shoulder blades back, squeeze the core. Look up and back. Notice how it feels. Down to center, and then down towards the floor and behind you. Close the eyes, bring them back to neutral with the head. Cleansing breath. All right, a little free movement through the neck and the shoulders. Just really noticing what's happening for you today. All right, then tall spine, square shoulders. Inhale, bring the shoulders up. Exhale, bring them back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together behind you. Draw the shoulder blades down. 5 of those. Inhaling up. Really noticing what's happening through the shoulders. Perhaps you notice tenderness, or maybe areas that don't move as easily as they did last time you were here. Follow the breath. Very good. All right, now just move the shoulders in a way that feels good in your body. All right, and we're going to prepare for some Twists, these are going to be nice and gentle, so they're going to be tall spine, square shoulders. Exhale, twisting to the right. Remember, we're not pulling. We squeeze the core and we breathe big breaths. Noticing with the exhales, you might be able to soften a little and twist a little more. Open the eyes, take a look behind you. Peripheral vision, squeezing the core. Inhale, back to center. Check in with your posture and your stack, and as you exhale, twisting to the left. Opening the eyes, taking that look behind you. Inhale, back to center, closing the eyes. All right, let's go ahead and do 3 more of those. So your breath, your body. Just check your posture and check to make sure you're not swaying too far forward or too far back. Inhale back to the left. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the chin parallel to the floor. Squeeze the core. Notice what you feel in your side body on the left when you're twisting right. When you're twisting left, notice what you feel on the right side body. We squeeze the core so that the back muscles can release. And back to center, cleansing breath. All right, let's take the right elbow, bring it to the right knee, the right hand on the left thigh. Okay, tall spine here, so we push the hips down, we lengthen through the spine, we squeeze the core, we drop that left arm down, let it dangle. Inhale, bring in that left arm up straight out in front of you. Squeeze the core because you're going to twist the torso as you bring the arm upright. Taking a round or two of breath here, looking at the left hand, bringing it back down in front of you, nice and slow. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale up, watch the fingertips. Squeeze the core as the torso twists. Notice what you feel when you get into the pose. Squeeze core, breathe. Back down, bringing it in front of you as you go, watching the fingertips. Checking in with the spine and the sits bones. Let's inhale, bring that left arm out in front, stopping right there. Squeeze core all the way up to noon if you can. Bring it back down. Soften, squeeze core, tuck chin, hands on thighs. Help the torso upright first, the spine, shoulders, ears. All right. We got to do that to the other side. So the left elbow is going to come to the left thigh, left hand to the right thigh. Push the sits bones down, lengthen through the spine, squeeze the core, dropping that left or right arm now. Inhale, bring it up, right out in front of you. Look at the fingertips, squeeze core, rotate up. Holding here, squeezing the core. Notice what you feel through the body. What does the arm feel like? What does the side body feel like? Bring it back down in front of you. Keep your eyes on the fingertips. Okay, inhale, bringing it up. What do you feel? Side body. Both side bodies get some action in each twist. Notice how the shoulder feels too. 1 more, inhale up. And exhale, bringing it down nice and slow. Let the head come forward, tuck the chin, squeeze the core, bring the spine up, bring the shoulders up. And then bring the chin up and move the ears into place. Nice big cleansing breath here. let's bring those hands to the hips. Actually, let's bring the arms straight out, side to side, thumbs down, shoulder blades squeezed together behind you. Let's go ahead and bring the backs of the hands to the back side of the body. Maybe your body, the hands need to come to the hips in a little fist action, or perhaps you can bring them clear to the back side of the body. If it's in your practice, you can bring the hands into prayer pose behind you. Okay, we're just opening up the front side of the shoulders. So squeeze the core and open these up. Push the shoulders back, push the elbows back. Okay, breathe into this space, lengthening the muscles on the top side of the chest. Soften through the shoulders, bring those arms out. A few just feel good shoulder rolls for you. Okay, we're going to take a practice of 2 more of those. So bring those arms out, thumbs down, squeeze core, and then bring the backs of the hands to the body. Lengthen through the spine, open those shoulders up, push the elbows back to the space behind you, and breathe here. This one's really good for us because we've been sitting in front of the computer and on the phones. Soften. So when we do this, notice how the shoulders automatically cave in. So that's why we're doing these shoulder openers for the front side. Thumbs down, arms pressed back a little bit, bend the elbow, bring the backs of the palms, backs of the hands to the body. Okay, tall spine, tuck that chin, push those shoulders back and breathe here. One more breath. Exhale, soften through the shoulders, release the placement of the arms, shoulder rolls if you need them. All right. Then we meet back in that neutral space, tall spine, square shoulders. Now, a little bit of eagle arms for us. We're going to take the right hand and turn it towards the ceiling, lengthening the right arm out in front. Then we move it towards the left side of the body. We take the left elbow, put it inside the right elbow, bend at both elbows, palms face. Then you rotate the backs of the palms towards each other. The left thumb will hook onto, if you can, the right fingertips, okay? So, tall spine, square shoulders. Push the shoulders back, lift the bottoms of the upper arms up so that they're parallel to the floor. Maybe you can peek through the keyhole, maybe you can't. And if this doesn't work in your body, go ahead and release. Undo those shoulders, roll them for a moment. You can end up with the backs of the hands together like this. And if that is uncomfortable for you, another modification would be to take the hands over the shoulders and then square the shoulders back, lift the arms and the elbows up a little bit. All right, one more of those, either eagle arms or modified, whatever works in your body. Right arm out, left arm next. Squeeze that core, lift the arms, shuffle the shoulders, and breathe. And release. Shoulder roll. All right, remembering the modification for this, we're going to switch now. Left arm is going to be first, so we'll take that left arm, straighten it out, palm is up, crossing over. Right elbow in the left, a bend in both elbows, and right thumb hooks to the left fingertips, okay? So we've got the core engaged, we've got the arms lifted up, shuffle the shoulders back, breathe. Should be a fair amount of sensation through the shoulders. Go ahead and release. Shoulder roll, shoulder shuffle, whatever you need there. And once more, left arm out, cross it over, right elbow in, a bend, a flip, a hook. elbows up, shuffle the shoulders back, tuck the chin a little bit. Breathing steady. Next exhale, undo. All right, fair amount of shoulder work, fair amount of twists. Now let's just go ahead and settle in for about 10 rounds of cat-cow. In cat-cow, check to make sure that you've got a good stack on the lower legs to support you. You want to make sure that you use your core throughout all of this, and we'll start each transition from the tailbone and work it all the way to the top of the skull. Okay? Inhale, squeeze that core. Exhale, go ahead and soften through the spine. Bring the torso forward, forehead down. Next, inhale, squeeze core. You keep the chin tucked, but you start to move that spine. And then you lengthen through the spine. You open the shoulders. You lift the face. Full arch with the body forward. That's your inhale. Your exhale's forward. Notice every little detail that you can as you move through these. Notice your hair moving. Notice how your spine feels. Keep that core, mind the breath. I think we've got 3 more of those. Make sure you open those shoulders up. Moving slowly, finishing up where you're at. Hopefully you got your 10 in. I'll hesitate for a moment here so you can catch up. Find the breath. Check in with your posture. Very good. Now let's take a few minutes for those hands. And I just want you to wiggle them, and I want you to breathe, and I want you to expand the hands on an inhale. Exhale, squeezing them closed. Inhale, open, pop those palms, spread those fingers. Exhale. How do the hands feel? Is there anything in particular that you're like, oh, that doesn't feel good? Just take a mental note of that, right? Shake the hands a little bit. Roll those wrists. Okay, tall spine, square shoulders, hands to heart center. Okay, palms are getting a little bit of pressure. Elbows are out side to side. And as you exhale next time, go ahead and rotate the fingers forward towards the wall away from you, and then down towards the floor. Notice what you feel through the arms, bringing it back. And then as you exhale next time, rotating the hands towards the body. Oh, and then back to neutral. Shake that off a little bit. Don't forget your breath. Next, we move to those feet, moving those in non-ordinary ways, right? Lifting the heels, rolling the ankles, get the knees into it a little bit too. Hear the snap, crackle, pop of those feet. Bringing the pinky edge side of the foot to the floor, the knees out, side to side, tall spine. Then knees in, feet out, big toe, edge of the foot to the floor. Okay, breathe in slow and steady as you go. Now, if this isn't in your practice, that's okay. Modification is to bring the leg out to the side of the chair. And what we're working on is that front side of the ankles. So we're going to go ahead and bring the big toe or the toenail side of the foot to the floor, lengthening the front side of those ankles. And you see my eyes rolling back in my head. I'll be like, oh, breathe here. Oh, undo it. Roll those feet. Okay, now we're going to lift the heels. The toes are underneath the knees, and we're just going to hold that here for a moment, working the calves, breathing slow and steady here. All right, then we begin to let that loose, moving the knees up and down, and the heels follow. All right. Solid foot. We come to the edge of the chair. If you're not there already, we're going to lengthen both legs out, back sides of the heels to the floor. Toes come towards your torso, and I want you to make sure that your shoulders are over the hips, ears over shoulders, okay? If you don't feel anything on the back side of the legs, check with that bend in the ankles and check with the stack of the skeleton, okay? Pushing kind of through those heels, you should feel the hamstrings getting some work there. Breathing, okay? On an inhale, I want you to lengthen the feet out, point those toes, and on an exhale, bring the toes towards the torso again. Inhale long, exhale short. One more. Point those toes, legs should be as straight as possible, and then undo it, putting that bend in, bring the toes towards the torso again. Oh. All right, wiggle those toes. Bring the legs back to a bent position. Okay, big cleansing breath. All right, hip openers, our favorites. Okay, this is where yummy yoga comes in. Exhale, bring that right knee up. Lengthen out, push through the heel. Cross that leg over the left. Okay, we're on the edge of the chair. I can feel it already. Okay, tall spine, shoulders over the hips, ears over the shoulders. There's a bend in your right ankle, and the stack is good on the left leg, so I've got appropriate support. Okay, push those hips down, squeeze the core, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, push the shoulders and the chin forward of the hip line. Oh my goodness, breathe here. These hip openers are so important. Should be doing these probably twice a day, every day. Softening, tucking the chin, squeezing the core. Okay, the core is always engaged as we do these. Tuck the chin, squeeze the core, bring the torso upright. Tall spine. Gonna do 2 more of those. Check in with the shoulders, the core. Push the chin out. Feel that. It should be in the back side of the right hip. Okay, into the butt cheek a little bit. Notice if you're swerving. If you've got too much pain going on, you can skip these. You can modify them. Last one. Push the chin out. Breathing here. Oh, and soften. Tuck that chin, squeeze the core, coming out. Lengthening that leg out now. Okay, squeeze the core, take a lean back, holding the leg to provide support. You should feel that right up the whole back side of the leg. Put a bend in the ankle. If you don't feel anything, wiggle the ankle, wiggle those toes, bringing it down. Okay. Now I want you to just take a moment and I want you to notice how the right side of the body feels compared to the left side of the body. Okay, just something to be curious about. All right, inhale, it's checking in with posture, core. Exhale, left knee comes towards the torso. Lengthen that leg out. Oh, cross it over. Check your stack on the right leg. Make sure it's going to be good to support you. A bend in that left ankle, bringing the toes towards the shin. Okay, 3 of these hip openers. Exhale, squeeze shoulder blades, push chin out. Find your yummy spot and take a few rounds of breath there. Okay. Oh. And soften when you're ready. 2 more of those, right? Tall spine as you come up. You're going to get there first with the shoulders, or the spine, the shoulders, and then the head. Pushing out. Squeeze those shoulder blades. That helps to keep the back flat, and it applies the appropriate amount of pressure to the area that's the purpose of this pose. Okay? Soften. Okay, we come up, tuck that chin, protect the low end of the torso. Here we go, last one. Last of the yummy, okay, maybe not the last of the yummy, but last of the hip openers. Breathe into it, nice and slow. Back should still be nice and flat, no curvature to it yet. And then soften. Squeeze core, tuck chin, spine, shoulders, head. All right, lengthen that left leg out. Give it a little support, right? Squeeze your core, push through the heel, and take a lean back, okay, as far as you can. So we've got that whole backside of the leg lighten up, and we're pushing the knee towards the floor. Okay, wiggle the foot, wiggle the ankle, the toes, bring it down. All right, now how do both legs feel, right versus left? Okay, let's come to a standing pose. So check in with the feet and the knees and the toes. Come to standing, and we're going to take mountain pose. In our mountain pose, we start from the feet and we work our way up. I invite you to lift your toes. Notice the places where your feet make contact with the floor. Notice that the calves are engaged. Notice that the thighs are working a little bit. Tuck your tailbone if you need to. Squeeze the core. Open the shoulders. Open the chest. Tuck the chin. Move the ears over the shoulders and open those palms up. Breathe slow. Soften. All right, let's go ahead and come to the back sides of your chairs so that you've got a little support if you need it. If you are unable to stand today, that's okay. You can do these from your seated position, okay? So we're gonna inhale, bring those arms up. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. The palms are open as you exhale. Bring those hands to heart center. Inhale. 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Be strong as you swoop up those arms. Very good. Hands to the chair, a little walk in place, a little flex of the feet, shuffle of those hips. Okay. Now, let's go ahead, put a little space between those feet, whatever that is in your body. Okay, again, you can do this from a seated position. I want you to just lengthen through the spine, tuck the chin a little bit, and as you inhale next time, bring the right arm up, reach for the sky, drop the shoulder, then put the left hand running down the left thigh and take a lean to the left with the body. Core is engaged, breathing is happening. Inhale up, bring that arm down. Inhale, left arm comes up. Take your little lean to the right. Squeeze the core. Notice what's happening all along your side body. And up. Okay. Now we're going to do a little bit of balancing. Okay? So if balancing is difficult for you, remember there are all kinds of different levels for your practice. Your practice might be just lifting your heel up off of the floor, okay? Excuse me. Okay, so let's bring the right hand to the chair. Okay? That means that we're going to be standing on the left leg as we come into balancing. But first I want you to check your stack and your stance. Find the breath. Use your shoulder blades. Okay? When you're ready, find your visual focal point and move the right foot or the right leg so that you are balancing. You can keep your hand on the chair. Fingers, don't dump into it. Don't death grip it if you don't have to, okay? Anytime you bend the knee, you bend the ankle so that you're ready to catch yourself in a stumble. Okay, bringing it down with grace. Okay, shuffle those hips by marching in place, lifting those knees as high as you can. Bring the thumbs or the fingers to the insides of the hips. Bend the knees, squeeze the core. We're pivoting like we're gonna take a bow, so we keep the back flat. Once your body tells you to, you soften into a forward fold, okay? Lengthen the back sides of the legs, push the legs towards the wall behind you. Maybe this looks like this for you, and that's okay. If you're in your chair, you're just lifting each foot up as we talk about this, and you can take your forward folds over your lap. When you come out of that, you tuck the chin, you squeeze the core, and you come unfurled like a fern. Okay, 2 more times. Check in with everything. Setting yourself up for success, right? Okay, fingertips. Left leg is ready. Lifting the right foot and or the right leg. Bringing the left arm into it. If it's in your practice, bring the right arm into it, maybe. Okay. Bringing it down nice and slow, as gracefully as possible. I lost mine right there. And again, we do that march in place. And then we take that flat back forward fold. So thumbs or fingers to the insides of the hips. Squeeze those shoulder blades behind you. Bend those knees. Push the hips back, pivoting. Soften when your spine tells you to. And just take a breath in your forward fold. Straighten out the back sides of the legs. Breathe here. Soften through the knees, drop the hips, squeeze the core, tuck the chin, come on up, really slow. Okay. One last one on this side. Okay. Checking out everything for success. Doing the best that you can. If you wiggle or wobble, that's okay, right? It's practice. Yoga practice, not yoga perfect. All right, then we do that march in place. And we do our forward fold. Knees first. Push the hips, lead with the chin, flat back. Soften. Take an inhale. Check with the backs of the legs if you can. And remember that this is also in an acceptable form or acceptable range of your practice. Work with where you're at. Okay, we're going to rotate the body, bring the left hand to the chair. Okay, same thing. Find all of the areas to set yourself up for success. Fingertips to the chair. Stance. Make sure the feet aren't too close together. stack. You don't want to try to balance from here. You want to try and balance from here. Shoulder blades, core, gaze. When you're ready, you're going to stand on your right leg and lift your left leg. And remember, maybe you're just lifting the heel up off of the floor so that the left leg or the right leg gets steady, stronger. If you're faltering in confidence, breathe out loud. All right. March in place. Forward fold. Knees, hips, chin, flat back. Next, inhale, come up, bend the knees, drop the hips, squeeze the core, tuck the chin, spine, shoulders, ears. Okay. Can't remember if that was the first one, second, or third one there. I know it wasn't the third. So I think it was the first. Let's go ahead and do that again. Bring the arms into it if that's something you're confident about or comfortable with, right? You can keep one hand on the chair. You can keep both hands down if that's what you like. Okay, bringing it down, marching in place. Knees as high as possible. Okay, plant the feet, bend the knees, fingers in the insides of the hips, flat back, forward fold. Okay. Straighten out the back sides of the legs as best you can. Okay, soften, bend the knees, tuck the chin, squeeze the core, coming up. All right, and one last chance at balancing today. Well, you can practice whenever, it's just during our practice together. Okay, set yourself up for success. Find all of those things that we talk about. Take it to your full expression, right? Oh, there we go. A march in place. A forward fold. A halfway lift. An exhale, soften. Squeeze the core, tuck the chin, coming upright. Okay, we did it. Cleansing breath. Fingertips to the chair. Let's do 5 jolts. Inhale up, exhale down. Come to the front side of the chair. Let the backs of the legs touch the chair. If you did not come to a standing position, that's okay. Lift the arms up, squeeze the core, palms face each other, drop the shoulders, bend the knees, okay? If you're in your chair, you just move forward with the torso a little bit with a flat back. The rest of us are coming to a nice seated position. And we'll take Shavasana. Taking time to rest and settle in. Notice the weight of your body in the chair. Take time to honor yourself. Give yourself kudos. You did your yoga practice today. Even if there were challenges, even if there was some stuff that your body didn't want to do today, that's okay. You came and you tried. It's yoga practice, not yoga perfect. Practice gratitude for whatever your heart desires today. Notice how that feels in your body when you reach that spot of gratitude. Where do you feel gratitude today in your body? Next, we practice self-love. Today, let's work with I am statements. Lately, I have personally been working with I am a person of integrity. I am a person of loyalty. And I am a person of compassion. Notice your breath as it moves through your body. Deepen the breath as you draw it in. Release it nice and slow. Bring slight movements to the fingers and the toes, the hands and the feet. Take a tall posture. We will bring the hands to heart center. The love and the light that dwells within me cherishes the love and the light that dwells within each of you. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.